Well, hopefully it's not too windy out here, but since last week when we had all of this white stuff, it's about 60 degrees out today. And yeah, we're going to work on this. I don't think I posted anything about it, but it's the 85 New Yorker I picked up this past fall, I guess, to go along with the Omni. And the Omni is nice and wrapped up with a tarp and then a cover. We did uncover it yesterday and make sure everything was good on it. Nothing leaking, dry as a bone, and happy. And we let it run for about a half hour. Fired right up. Battery was dead, but fired up. So this is 85 New Yorker. When we got it, it wasn't running. And I spent probably about 4 or 5 weeks off and on messing around with it and finally figured out what was going on with it. It had a broken wire in the harness. And ever since then, it's ran great. Then I started working on all the other issues. So we've been having issues with the, like the front brakes were locked up. And we went through... put new rotors on, or new calipers, new lines on both sides. The rotors were fine. And then we ended up putting a new master cylinder and brake booster on it. And it had brakes, but they were really, really soft. Like super soft, way softer than they should be. And I couldn't really find any leaks or anything. So the only other thing I could think of was the drums in the rear. I'm going to go to the other side because you can see it better. And I've got my working in a gravel driveway towel down. So I'm trying to get the drum off. But it's got, somebody's ran brand new lines, brake lines in the back. Like the whole underside of this car is just amazingly clean. It's got some rust in these back corners here. And then, let me see if I can turn the camera. Starting to get some rot in the bottom of the rockers. But everything else is just like really rust free. Other than about, I'd say from the passenger door back on the rockers being rusted, this car is just super solid. And I don't know if you can see that, if it's too dark or not. We did pull the gas tank out. I cleaned it out and it cleaned up really good. We put a new fuel pump, new fuel sending unit, and a new gasket for the fill neck. But I didn't touch the rear drums because they bled out perfect. You can hear it's like they've got the perfect amount of drag on them. So I just didn't touch them. I didn't want to screw with them. But we still got the soft pedal issue that I got to try to figure out. And it didn't really look like it lost any brake fluid. And yeah, so it's a new booster, new master. So let's look at this a little bit closer. We'll pop the hood. I washed the car up, but I didn't even touch the interior. I mean, look at this. Look at this interior. There's some spare tail lights and a spare power module that came with the car. Headliner's a little droopy, but hey, I can live with that. But the seats, man, there's like a little tear there, and I think there was one somewhere else. But these seats even feel soft. The carpet, while it's dirty, it's in really good condition. I've got this side torn apart because, again, part of the trying to diagnose it, we tried a couple different logic modules with no avail. I've got actually the logic module, the distributor, a whole spare distributor, and a couple of the HEPs, because this does use, it's an 85, it uses the older style. I borrowed those from a friend here locally, and I just haven't put it back together yet. But let's We'll pop the hood on this thing. And it's just, this is why I wanted to cover up the Omni, because you can see all the bird crap and tree residue. So underneath here we cleaned up some. I stole the battery out of that Honda because that Honda transmission shit out on it, so we're trying to figure out what to do with it. It's really clean underneath. We power washed the engine bay. It's just like no rust in here. Just like there was a little bit back here on top of the transmission mount, but I kind of wire wheeled that down. I need to probably do it again and put some rust treatment on it. We was having alternator issues. I put in an external voltage regulator and have it all wired in to the factory harness to work. We put a new alternator on it, and I fixed all of the alternator wiring because all the connectors were just shot. So I fixed up and got the alternator wiring harness running. Distributor and HEP and everything worked. Some new wires I had laying around. We even was testing different coils. I think that's still the coil out of my Omni when we were trying to diagnose a few things. The big plastic factory vacuum harness is still all intact. I had to fix one tube in here, and I just used some silicone to glue that back in, but all the factory vacuum stuff is still there. I think I replaced a few vacuum lines. I probably need to go through and do all of them, but that's beside the point. That's an eventually thing. Pulled the fuel rail out and cleaned all the injectors out. I did have to, once we got it running, you can probably barely see it, but the idle air control motor was bad. So we got a different one off of eBay. It had this connector on it, which the other one was hardwired in. So I bought this pigtail off of Rock Auto, and I split this whole wiring harness apart and wired in that pigtail to the factory wires so it would look as factory as possible. We did put a new coolant temp in it, which I don't think it needed, but we were just trying to throw parts at it there for a while. So super clean car. You can see down the side. The paint's not bad. It's not perfect. It's a little faded on the roof, but overall pretty good. I think what we should probably do is while we're waiting on, I put some penetrating oil on the rear drums, is while we're waiting on this. Oh, there's the new master. You can see I did have to end up redoing these lines because they were boogered, and then it's a new booster also. So I want to go. We'll go grab the keys and put the battery on it, and we'll fire it over. So let me go do that. All right, here we go. So if you know anything about these 80s Chryslers, teeth up. Tires right up. Everything works in here too, so it's all original to the radio. Got our smoker edition here. Got our little box down there. I've only gotten the driver's, maybe I think the idle air thing is catching up. I can hear it. And my Omni does this sometimes. When you first start it, it'll search for an idle. Almost sounds like it's missing. It probably doesn't help that it's not charging. That battery may not be. It definitely sounds like it's missing on a cylinder. It probably doesn't help that I haven't started in a few months. But you can see it just fires right off. You see the brake lights are on. That pedal is dookie. Just turn that off for now. But I think this thing could make a really good runner. Kind of been contemplating what I want to do with this thing. Whether I want to fix it up, drive it around, sell it. I don't know, because we got the Omni, we got this car, we got the Honda we need to get rid of. We got my son's Daytona. It's junk pile of his. And then he's got that Honda down there that we don't know what we're doing with that. So yeah, this mud pit, because it's just, yeah. And then of course I've got my daily, my little Kia. Well, that's it. Hopefully I can get these drums to come off, because everything on those cars is so nice that I was hoping they would just come right off. But there goes one of my son's friends. He's got to squeal the tires every time he goes past. I mean, it's not like I don't know if you can see the road, but yeah, I don't know, for some reason there's a whole bunch of black marks in front of my house. I don't know why people, you know, like to drive their cars fast down this road. It's just escaping me. All right, there he is. There's the boy. Wave hi. There's the Honda we need to get rid of. We want to buy it. We probably sell it for like $500. It's got like 230,000 miles on it, but the transmission is just gone because of this little fucker here. Got your keys?
What?
Let's start your Daytona up. Let's let them hear it. All right, start it up. Let's see if it. There you go. So we got this car running pretty good now. It said it's a few issues, but he's at least able to drive it. Not bad. Well, this thing's kind of whooped my butt today. I couldn't get those rear drums off of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need some heat, and I'm currently all out of gas at the moment on my little torch, so it's gonna be it for working on it, and it might be it for a while, because I don't know how many, you know, nice days we're gonna have coming up here. So this is it. This is the 85 New Yorker project that we got. Pretty solid, nice car, but we're just gonna get a few last little bugs worked out on it, and maybe get it driving this summer, or hell, if somebody wants it, make me an offer on it. Talk to you later.